Section 3.2, example number 1. We are solving a system in 3 variables now. As in 3.1, we were in 2 variables. So now we introduced the z now, which now is our third dimension. So when we're in 2 variables, we have 2 dimensions, which is just a straight plane. But now when we introduce a z variable, now we have our depth now, but we won't be graphing in 3 dimensions in this class. You can do that in 3-dimensional calculus, which I've done before, which is a lot of fun. But so what we're going to do right now is I'm just going to show you like how can we solve the system of equations when you have 3 variables here. And it's going to be a very similar skill set that we use for the previous 1 and 2 variables. So basically what you want to do is that you want to eliminate one of the variables. So you're going to grab 2 equations, eliminate a variable, grab another 2, and then eliminate it, and then you're going to get down to a system of 2 equations. So let's go ahead and first work with these 2 guys first. Okay. And my goal right now is to eliminate one of the variables. And as I can see right here, see how the y's are going to cancel out? So I'm just going to go ahead and straight just bam, add those together. 2x, the y's cancel, plus 3z equals 4. So I want to keep that aside. And now I'm going to go ahead and work with these 2 now. And again, I want to eliminate though the same variable though, right? Because you wouldn't want to eliminate something else right there. All right. And actually, let's see here. If I wanted to get rid of the y value, right? Because I don't want to add these together and get rid of the x's, because that doesn't make sense. I want it, when I use these 2, I want to have the x and the z left. So that means I would want to multiply this by 2. So I'm going to do a different color here. I'll do 2 times x minus y plus 2z. Does that make sense there? I'm going to multiply this right here by 2. And my purpose of doing that, let me just rewrite the second equation, is to eliminate my y. Okay, so 2 times x is 2x, 2 times negative y is a negative 2y, and that gives me a 4z equals 4. All right, so now I have my 2 equations. Now if I add these together, I get x, those are gone, I get 3z is equal to 5. Okay, so now I want to use this equation and that equation because I have x and z. So I'm going to put those 2 bad boys together. And that guy right there. Sweet. And now I have 2 variables here, and we find that to be much easier. So I'm going to multiply this top one by negative 1 on both sides. So that'll give me negative 2x minus 3z equals negative 4. So I'm going to go ahead and add those together, which gives me negative x is equal to 1. If I divide both sides by negative 1, I'll get negative 1 then. Okay? So that's my x value. Again, we're trying to find our x, our y, and our z. Our x, y, and z value. So we just found x. Okay? Well, if we just work backwards, just either use this equation or that equation to find z then. Okay? So if I wanted to use this guy, I would say negative 1 plus 3z equals 5. I'm going to add 1. So 3z equals 6, which that means z must equal 2. Great. So I have z equals 2 up here. And then I could just take one of these equations up here to find my answer then for y. So maybe I'll just use this guy right here. Watch this. So I'll do x plus y plus z equals 2. So I know that my x is negative 1 and my z is 2. So if I subtract 2, add 1, y is equal to 1. Bam. So I'll have -1 for x, 1 for y, and z is 2. And for those, if you still want, right, so there's a couple ways that you can check your answer, of course. Plug all of these into your equation. Or if you also want to get a pretty quick answer, you can use Wolfram Alpha. I can show that to you here real quick. So if you just Google Wolfram Alpha and just click on the first link right there, basically it says, what do you want to do? I want to solve a system of equations. And they actually have their own generator here where you can do that. And then let's see, this one is for 4 variables. Wow, that's actually pretty big. So let's actually do the one where it says 3 equations. Cool. So if you plug in your 3 equations right here, just exactly as they are, then it will give you the solution for x, y, and z. It's just, a good way to just check your answer and to see if you get the right answer or not.